Welcome! E aí, galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is OGC here. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to be checking out the brand new hero named Eryeon. So Eryeon is going to be coming out later on today when this video is posted. So this is our very first impressions of the hero. This is going to be available through a limited hero bundle. I recommend, if you guys can afford to get him because first of all, you support the game, which is awesome, but also he looks like he's going to be a pretty strong hero. My very first impressions after reading through the overview first thing this morning, which it's still first thing this morning, is he looks like he is going to be a mage version of Bazarix. So everything looks super promising. Anyways, we'll find out when it comes to practical applications how he actually is. So when we look at Eryeon, pretty cool stuff. He looks like a blood elf, and they label him as a sylph. So you know how everyone's been saying, like, we need a sylph hero. Yeah. Sorry. I don't understand the sylph thing. He looks more lich than sylph. I get the blood elf thing, but it just doesn't make too much sense. I think they just threw a race on him just to throw a race. So it says Eryeon came from a pure elvish bloodline and was well known as a healer who specialized in ailments of blood. But as the forest fell to corruption, he saw the lives of countless kinsmen fade before his very eyes. One night, as the forest resounded with the sound of slaughter, he became known as Eryeon, Blood Dawn. Cool stuff. Alright, let's jump into the actual cool stuff, the abilities. First one is called Blood Curse. So this is a specialty. You cannot level this one up. It just is. So Blood Curse, Eryeon has the power to control blood energy. Wow. Standard attacks inflict Blood Curse on the target, which lasts for 10 seconds. Inflicting Blood Curse on the same target, again, refreshes the duration. So it looks like from the very beginning, Blood Curse is going to be something that's directly linked to his other abilities. His first main ability that you can actually level up is called Blood Fury. So after 6 standard attacks, Eryeon's next standard attack will hit 3 times consecutively. Again, this reminds me a lot of Bazarix. Each 3-hit attack will confer any effects a maximum of 3 times. So the effects will take effect every time he attacks in these mini attacks. Each 3-hit attack increases his crit rate by 2% by up to a maximum of 10 times. What gets interesting with this, and it gets interesting pretty quick, is we can see that the 6 is green, meaning over time that gets lowered. So it will be interesting to see how low that goes. I have a feeling it's going to be after 3 standard attacks, he'll do the triple attack thing. And also, his crit rate goes up by 3% each time. So I have a feeling he's going to max out on crit. Like, if this scaling works, so call this level 9, and this scaling goes as it looks here, that means he's going to get 10% crit rate per 3-hit attack thing at level 9 for Blood Fury, which means if that stacks up to a maximum of 10 times with no duration ending it, that means he's going to be able to obtain max crit rate eventually throughout the battle. And since the battles for like those late game players go on forever, that means that he's going to be able to max out on his crit rate. It's pretty wild. Next we have Bloodthirst. So when Eryeon attacks blood cursed units, which he does just by attacking stuff, he will deal extra magical damage equal to 0.3% of their max health. Chance of taking crit hit damage is also increased by 3%, which is wild for blood curse units. So a couple things with this. I think this is going to be a massive skill. So first of all, anytime you have percent health damage, that's a huge thing. This is probably going to scale up higher than 0.3% as this gets higher. I would not be surprised if we saw this get closer to like 5%, and I would not be shocked if it went higher than 5% of their max health. Max health damage in Art of Conquest is huge, absolutely huge. Next is the chance of taking critical hit damage is also increased by a fair percentage for Blood Curse units. It does not say that it's only from the hero. This can be from troops as well based on how this is written. Again, practical application and testing will be needed in order to confirm that, but it looks like it increases the chance of taking crit damage from everything out there. So this is this skill, I would keep an eye on it. So far, the Blood Fury and also Bloodthirst definitely looking like they need to be maxed. Next is going to be Tainted Blood. So this one is every half second, Eryeon's target will have a 25% chance of spreading Blood Curse to another nearby enemy. Increase blood curse duration by 1 second. So this one's pretty huge. I don't know because I can't try, but this seems like it will be a good skill to put your leftover points in. It is super useful in the sense of it does spread blood curse, and it also increases blood curse duration. So between those two things, this I mean, as a 1-point wonder, this is great. However, whatever is left over as far as skill points for once he's fully maxed out and everything, I could see Tainted Blood being a spot to put it in. Can I see this being one that we rush to level up first? No, I don't. I think that the Bloodthirst and the Blood Fury so far seem way stronger than the Tainted Blood. Next is Corruption. So Corruption, Blood Curse units take some magical damage every 3 seconds. Blood Curse units are also weakened, reducing their evade chance by 3%, and then it goes up to 6%. So there's a couple things that go into my thinking with Corruption. In order for this to be like really good, we need to see that magic damage get up really high. It's really cool that they reduce the evade chance. This all depends on practical application, guys. This skill could be huge, or this skill could be barely noticeable at best. It really depends on people testing. So if you're at home, what it looks like for you in the battle. What it says is great. Reducing evade chance is always a really good thing, especially since evade chances are so high right now. In the magical damage, it looks like it's something, but it's not necessarily anything crazy. At lower levels in the game, or say like a mid-game type of thing, this could be a lot more impactful when troops have, like 40,000 health. But when troops have millions of health, I don't really know. This seems more like a debuff for the evade chance, but this is only level 1 and level 2, so I think Corruption is a little bit of a wild card, and that will need further investigation. Next is Blood Debt. Ooh, this one is pretty cool. So Eryeon deals 7.5% bonus magic damage, which scales wildly, by the way, because the next is 15%, so that's doubled. So I would not be surprised if he gets close to 100%. At least if it keeps going this way, it's going to be almost 75%. Anyways, the first time Eryeon's health goes below 30%, he becomes unselectable, meaning immune to all damage, for 5 seconds as he absorbs the blood energy of nearby units, regaining health equivalent to 5% of his max health. So here's my thoughts on this one. This looks like Take Wing from Bazrix, where his health gets low and he's just going to heal himself, and he'll come back. So for this, I don't know. I don't know how huge this will be to max out. It looks super promising with the dealing extra bonus magic damage. If this is only his auto attacks, I could see this one not necessarily being maxed out, but a few points in it. If the bonus magic damage affects all of his skills, then that might be a little bit different. So kind of like Corruption, it's going to depend on the practical application. I think with all of the bonuses for healing received, I could see him maxing out his health without having to level up this all the way to max level, just because, 20%, if he's healing himself 20% of his max health and you have a bunch of healing received bonuses out there that can affect your heroes, all of a sudden he's going to come back with 70-80% of his total health. So this is another one where it's going to depend on the practical application. I'm more so interested, no matter what, this is a one skill wonder. All of his skills deserve at least something in them. For this one though, this could be either a very low amount of points, or depending on the magical damage property portion of this, it might need more. Again, practical application and testing is going to be king. His final skill is Blood Dawn. Oh my god, sorry, I can't speak. I'm still working on my morning coffee. It's super early. I have a 2-hour commute to work, and I woke up just to do this video. So don't mind me if it's off and there's minimal editing. Anyways, Blood Dawn. Eryeon summons a powerful claw made of blood energy to attack enemies in target area, inflicting blood curse on the enemy units in the area and attacking 3 times, dealing 1.2 thousand magic damage each time. So it attacks 3 times. The damage can trigger bloodthirst of effects. So bloodthirst effects, because bloodthirst is okay. Gotcha. So the bloodthirst is the one that deals max health damage and also increases their chance for taking crit damage. So that's huge because it triggers bloodthirst effect, and it looks like it scales up moderately as far as the magical damage. So the Blood Dawn with the claw does look pretty interesting as far as his only castable skill. I have a bunch of questions with this because the questions are centered around attacking 3 times. Like, do you cast this 3 times, kind of like Bazar's Basilisk, or is this just like 3 times, like you cast it and then the claw thing does 3 attacks and then it disappears? So the Blood Dawn looks pretty interesting. Overall, as far as what I'm thinking about as far as build, I do think that bringing Blood Fury up, it might not need to be maxed out, but I would consider bringing this up. Bloodthirst, I would max this out. I think that this is probably one of the strongest skills that he has because of a couple of different reasons. Number one, max health damage by %, and also increased chance for critical damage to affect the targeted troops. I think that's huge. Tainted Blood, this one seems okay. It doesn't seem super overpowering. I do think that this will probably end up being a 1-point wonder for myself. For Corruption, I feel like I'm going to dump extra points into Corruption because evade chance and possible magic damage. The Blood Debt, this one, again, if this bonus magic damage affects everything, including the Bloodthirst, yes, because with the Blood Debt, if he's getting close to 75% or 100% bonus magic damage, and Bloodthirst is doing 5% of the 5% of the max health of the enemy in damage, magic damage, so all of a sudden that's doubled. Wow. So my first impressions is the builds for this, he's got a bunch of skills that are just going to be super strong. It looks like to me that he is a ranged version of Bazarix. He has some qualities of Bazarix. High crit rate, the 3 jab poke things with his attack. He has his final ability with like the claw thing, which just reminds me of the Bazarix Basilisk. It probably doesn't even look anything like that. However, yeah, this guy is going to be strong. He puts out a lot of damage over time, and it looks like he's going to have very strong auto attacks, just based off of everything. So, if your mage research is super high in your like death, you are going to love this hero. For everybody else, I think he's going to just be a pretty standard damage over time or a dot type of hero. So with that, guys, that's my very first impressions without even using the hero. Be kind and gentle with me as you leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, smash the thumbs up button, donate. There's a donation thing down below. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon when we can actually test this guy out. See you guys.